Hello, good evening, everyone. It's opening night. Welcome to the 48th Annual Toronto International Film Festival. Yes, we're so excited to be back. My name is Dorota Lech, and I'm the lead curator of TIFF's Discovery Program, a showcase of new talent in cinema from around the world. This year, I would be remiss to not dedicate the program to a dear friend of the programming team who we lost this year, Ravi Srinivasan. We love you. We're thinking of you always. At TIFF, we have a long history of championing the first and second films of exceptional filmmakers, including Chantal Ackerman, Julie Dash, Ildiko Enyedi, Yorgos Lanthimos, Jafar Panahi, Trin Tiemann Ha, Steve McQueen, Michael Haneke, Christopher Nolan, Lab Diaz, Barry Jenkins, Alfonso Cuarón, Athena Rachel Tsangari, Warwick Thornton, Christopher Nolan, Lab Diaz, Barry Jenkins, Alfonso Cuarón, I already said that, Valeska Grisebach, and Jean-Marc Vallée, I could go on. Marin Ada, Joachim Trier, David Gordon Green, Pablo Larraín. Discovery is a place to find cinema that is bold, beautiful, and above all passionate. And as such, it's my great honor to be introducing the world premiere of Patricia Arquette's Gonzo Girl. We would like to thank our lead sponsor, Bell, and our major sponsors, RBC, Bulgaria, and Visa, for their continued support. Additional thanks to the government supporters, the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, and the City of Toronto. The Discovery Program is made possible through the generous support of Air France, and we would like to thank the Gersh Agency and WME for providing us with Gonzo Girl. Before I introduce our esteemed filmmaker, a reminder that this film is eligible for the People's Choice Award, and you can vote for your favorite films at tiff.net/vote. Patricia Arquette was born in Chicago. Her many acting credits include True Romance, Ed Wood, Flirting with Disaster, Lost Highway, Bringing Out the Dead, and Boyhood, for which she won an Academy Award. She is an icon, an activist, a total badass, and will be receiving our Share Her Journey Groundbreaker Award presented by Bulgari while at TIFF. Yeah, that's right. Gonzo Girl is her feature directorial debut. You're in for such a treat. Now, without further ado, let's welcome to the stage Patricia Arquette.
Okay, hi everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, it's crazy the way it feels to be a director. And your first premiere. Thank you so much. All right, first of all, I have to thank Willem Dafoe. The most beautiful, generous kind of person, the way you want Willem Dafoe to be. He is better than Willem Dafoe. The real Willem Dafoe exceeds Willem Dafoe. And I think that what you see, his performance in this movie, you'll agree with me that it's one of his greatest performances of his life. I think, and I'm not alone. Okay, and I want to thank Cami Morrone. Cami, when I first saw her audition, it was so incredible. But I thought, is she too pretty? And then I thought, wait a minute. I have my own subconscious bias. Why am I trying to say, no, you just get to be pretty. That's all you can be. That's not right. Like, you gave this incredible performance. You have this gift to give and this thing in your heart that you want to share. No, I'm not gonna hold her back. And her performance is incredible. Yeah, and I really thank you, Cami, for all you brought and everything Willem brought and all of the actors. They were just so generous and blew my mind. I want to thank Ray Nicholson, Elizabeth Lale, Zoe Blue, Lila George, James Urbaniak, Rick Springfield, okay? And a special guest that I won't tell you right now, but you'll see. I want to thank the author, Cheryl Della Pietra, for her book, which was inspired by her time working for Hunter S. Thompson. And then this movie was inspired by her book. So we're many generations removed and incredibly inspired all around by everybody. And her book was really powerful and her life experience very, very powerful. I want to thank our producers, Tom Heller and Frank Green, and our screenwriters, Rebecca Thomas, Jessica Caldwell. Yeah! Our investors and producers, Cameron O'Reilly, Oscar O'Reilly, Lisa and Stan Moss, Geraldine Dreyfus, Jamie Wolfe, Natalie Seaver, Adam and Melanie Lewis, Jordan Korngold and Susanna Blinkoff, Ron Baldwin, Tad Selby, David Kirkpatrick, Adam Reed. Low-budget movies take a lot of investors, okay, you guys? Hold on now. Greg Wagner, Joav Bali, Jürgen Linder, Luke Lessig, Barry Germansky, and I'm wearing glasses. How about that? Okay. And Suna Saeed. And then some of our crew that are in attendance tonight, I want to thank our editor, Todd Downing, our composer, Pierre Charles, our sound mixer, Tom Ryan, Andre Basso, special effects, Paul Schnee and Carrie Barden, casting, Linus Hume, Caitlin Zoloff, Kiera Dimitriadis, Kate McKellar, and our DP, Bobby Bukowski. Yeah. And our incredible set designer, Stefanik, who did the work of 40,000 people. Sophie Hardiman, Spencer Taylor, Scott Hinckley, Dan Schrecker, Mike Amodio, Johannes Gambler, and Matthew Schreier. I also really want to thank the Academy of Arts University for the students who helped us with special effects, Harbor Parabolic, TIFF, of course, Molly Madden, David DiCamillo, Rick Geno, Sunshine Sachs, and I want to thank Anita Thompson for becoming my friend, for blessing this project and saying, yeah, no, I know it's different than Hunter's life, but you know, Hunter believed in art. And she gave Willem Hunter's robe to wear in the movie, and when it came, it had a bullet in the pocket, okay? So, hey, it was kind of a baptism. And I want to thank also Will Thompson, Hunter's grandson, who's here tonight with us. And even though it's not exactly the story of Hunter's story, and it's inspired by him, we love you, Hunter, forever, and we thank you for your work. Thank you. Enjoy the movie.
Stick around for a Q&A after. All right, let's welcome back to the stage Patricia Arquette, joined by Willem Dafoe, Camila Morrone, Zoe Blue, Cheryl Della Pietra, and producers Tom Heller and Frank Green.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you.
They want to keep cheering. All right, I'm going to begin by asking some questions, and then we will take it to the audience. And we just want to say that as you think of your own questions, we ask for your consideration regarding the ongoing SAG and WGA strikes, and to ensure respect for our panelists, please refrain from discussing any struck work or struck companies. Thank you. First, Patricia, for you, what made you interested in telling this particular, quite infamous story?
Well, like I said, Cheryl wrote this great book that was inspired by her time working for Hunter, and he was such an inspiration to me growing up. And then there were a lot of themes that I thought were really interesting. Growing up in the 90s, knowing celebrities, what it's like when you're kind of in their orbit. What is the commodity of beauty? What is it like at the beginning? She's packing her bags and she throws out this book, Daughters of Alcoholics. And one of the first things she says is, I hope he likes me. And I wanted to look at the kind of nebulous nature of addiction and codependence and how your boundaries are very, you know, how you move through your boundaries and what somebody else is, you know. Anyway, this is the theme of my life. Ta-da! So I thought it was interesting material. And also an artist, and what is it like to be an artist and being trapped in your own celebrity, and also you need it for love and fame, and yet the world wants to keep you in that box and won't let you break out. So there were just a lot of things I thought were really interesting, but mostly it was like the acting. There was a lot of opportunity there.
Cheryl, I'd love to hear from you next. You've already shared so much of your life with us in your book. How does it feel to see it reflected on screen?
This is just a completely surreal, surreal moment. You know, I think most writers imagine what it would be like to have their work come to life, and to have it come to life with this cast, with Patricia at the helm. It's, you know, as a writer, we're not supposed to traffic in cliches, but that's all I have. Is it's a dream come true, really. So thank you.
Camila, I want to congratulate you on your really dynamic performance and to get a sense of how you approach this character, how the story came to you.
First of all, I feel a little emotional for some reason. I think it's a first time being here and seeing the movie on a big screen. So thank you guys for watching it and for responding to them. Yeah, this story came to me in audition, and I got an audition through my agents, and the first thing that I saw was Patricia Arquette's directorial debut, and I was like, I will be taping for that tonight. And I did. I taped for it as soon as I could. This was even before Willem was attached, and I sent in my audition, and I just prayed and prayed and prayed, and I didn't hear anything for like 2 months. I just assumed that I hadn't gotten the role, and then on my birthday, I woke up with a phone call that Patricia Arquette had chose me to play Ali Russo in Gonzo Girl. And I couldn't believe it, and then when Willem came on, I mean, for a newcomer like me, I didn't ever expect in my life to get to work with people at their level and masters of their craft. And I think that I went into this just wanting to be a sponge and learn as much as I could from these people whose talent I admire, but also their career and their filmography. And I just was like, I'm here, I'm ready, teach me everything. That's how it came to me. And then now it's here with you.
Willem, you've taken on so many infamous characters. How did you first react to the script?
I thought it was beautiful. Good events, good writing, a good base to work from, the reality of who Hunter Thompson is, but then jumping, as Patricia described before the film. You know, it's like 2 times removed. So a great part of film, working on film and seeing film, is discovery. And this was a promise to discover something. You know, when I was watching it today, and this is the first time I've seen it with an audience, that the writing in that speech about words, I'm moved by it. It's very strong. There were lots of pleasures. Lots of pleasures, and it wasn't easy shoot, but Patricia did beautiful, Cami did beautiful. It had a happy ending.
wasn't that bad, honey.
Yeah, we want the stories. And Zoe Blue, for you, how did you prepare for this character, for Rose?
Thank you. To be honest, I didn't. I brought myself to Rose. I saw a lot of myself in her character, and it felt. I mean, as soon as I met Cami, I just felt like you were my best friend, but I didn't know before I did, and yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I'm a fan of Hunter S. Thompson, of Walker Reed. I'm naturally, so I don't know, I just felt like I got to be another shadow of myself, and that was really cool, and I'm really honored to have been a part of this really special project. I'm gonna get emotional looking at Patricia. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you.
And Frank and Tom, could you give us a sense of what it takes to get an independent production like this off the ground? There were a lot of thanks in the beginning.
Well, like in Walker's life, he's surrounded by all of these characters, and then at one point Claudia says, we all write the book. It's definitely the way it is with filmmaking, right? Tom and I came together and became partners, and I think we had a belief in each other, and Tom found the book. We met Cheryl. That was a belief. So I guess good people, is part of it, and then you have to be able to hang around and keep working on it for a very long time and take a lot of chances, right? There was a time where Patricia's reps called us and they were like, she needs more time. She can't do it right now. Can we wait? It was like a year. And I called Tom and I was like, are we going to do this? And it's like we have money here, we have Patricia over here, and we bet on Patricia, and Patricia put a bet on Cami, and that was a big part of putting our trust in Patricia and believing in. And Willem, we'd been thinking about for the role for a long time. So, I mean, we were just, I'd say lucky, but also we were working at it. So maybe both of those things, and all of the support from, our long list of crew, investors, etc.
Like I said in the beginning, you're the first audience to see this film ever, and we'd love some questions from you as well. Please raise your hands, and I will look for them. Yes, with the hat.
Was the Larry character an amalgam of different actors or one actor?
The question for those who couldn't hear was the Larry character an amalgam of different actors or one specific actor?
Is that to me?
I believe it's for Cheryl.
Larry is sort of a composite character. It's based on a number of people. Yeah.
Yes? The question was for Camila. First, compliments to her performance, and which was your favorite scene to film and why?
That's okay, I haven't thought about that.
I feel like Willem knows.
Willem and I had a lot of fun in every scene, even though it doesn't look like it. I think the acid stuff was pretty fun. Yeah, we were tripping. But I don't know, there was also a lot of connection, the gun scene when he puts the gun to his head. And I don't know, Willem just made me feel very safe all the time. And I could lean on him and ask him for help and for advice and, confide in him when I was struggling. And I don't know, we're good partners. We should do it again.
Yes. It's a deal.
Yes, right at the top. You who spoke. I'm pointing at you.
This is for Patricia. I was wondering, did you always see yourself playing the character Claudia? You mentioned that you struggle with boundaries and codependent relationships, and something you saw struggling.
The question is for Patricia, and if you always saw yourself portraying Claudia.
Weirdly, originally they came to me to play Claudia in an earlier version of the scripts, which it changed a lot by the time we did it, and I passed. And at that point, but I was talking to my agent, there's something about that script. There's a lot of things, but it's not quite there, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem right at this moment in my life to play that part for some reason. And he was like, mentioned to them, but she'd like to direct. And at that point, the director had fallen out because they got busy on another project. So then they offered it to me to direct it, and then, but what I do think that's interesting about the Claudia character, and I think we added to that, kind of that last scene, like, when does codependency go all the way to the Ghislaine Maxwell? When do you sell out yourself so much that you've done so many years of self-abandonment that you end up in that place? So I thought that was interesting to see that kind of gamut.
Yes.
This is for Willem. Did you feel that you resonated with any of Walker's, contemplation of his legacy? Maybe thinking of the positives, thinking about maybe his regrets during it, things that he could have done but hadn't. I know he's had a very splendid, filming career, and honestly, things from, Spider-Man to this, to,
So to paraphrase, in playing Walker, was there a part of his reflection that resonated with you and your own career and your own life?
Probably. It's inevitable. And the different relationships with the different women, and the thing with his work and getting older, and yeah, it's unavoidable. Yeah.
I want to hear set stories. It feels like you were alluding to some fun stuff.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was, when I said it was tough, I shouldn't have said that. It was a lot of fun, but...
No, it was. We shot in 21 days. We,
but
didn't have a big budget, and I'm bringing...
Patricia did a little miracle, I think. I really do.
It was hot and it was hard, but, we did it, all of us.
But I have another question for you, Patricia. Having been on so many sets, how did you want to approach your own set? Were there things that you set in place or that you wanted to ensure would or wouldn't happen?
I mean, there was, a lot of ideals. I knew we didn't have any money, so I was like, okay, listen, I got some, this weird kind of mirror material they use for, fun houses. So I'm driving it in my car. We're going to make this disc, and we're going to spin it on wood. And I was boiling spaghetti in my kitchen, oh no, you guillotine the spaghetti if it's regular spaghetti. You got to get bucatini if you want to do that. And people were like, that's not going to work. You have to do it with special effects. I was like, we don't have money for a special effect. Okay, I did it in my kitchen with bucatini. So you have to kind of just push through. I had a lot of ideas about how I'd like a set to be, but honestly, 21 days, and our script was 10 pages longer than this is, which is a big mistake, number one. I felt like I was kind of drowning the whole time, but excited.
Patricia's incredibly protective of her actors, and she had mom hawk eyes on everyone at all time to make sure that we were comfortable, that we were safe, that we had the space to rehearse, that we had the space to get comfortable. And also she offered to do my laundry, so Patricia did every single thing on this movie, literally.
Did I say I was codependent? Or did I say? I did do Eller on Boyhood's laundry, so it's not a false promise.
Listen, I know we all want to keep talking to you all evening, but we don't have time for that. I want to congratulate you on a beautiful debut film. Congratulate
Thank
all
you
of you, wonderful performers. Final words.
All right. Thank you.